Hi, you're watching Sonic Eclectic Presents. I'm Seven, and today we're with Rob Longo. How you doing, Rob?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So you're a director, you're a writer, you're a creator, and you have a project called Vixens of Virtue.
Yep. Vixens of Virtue, Vixens of Vice.
So, how'd you come up with Vixens of Virtue, Vixens of Vice?
It was near the time where Buffy was coming out of syndication,
Mm-hmm.
and there was this, hole in any kind of programming that had like strong female heroes at the time. And YouTube, was just really starting to gain traction as a viable place, to put your content. And MySpace was the social network of choice at the time.
Right.
So I came up with the idea to do all-female superhero, supervillain web series.
Well, what were the challenges in doing that? Or were there any?
Yeah, there are definitely challenges. The first one was it was my first real video film endeavor ever.
Okay.
And budget was always a challenge because we didn't have one.
Right.
So how do you make the show, enjoyable and fun and yet watchable with, pretty much no budget whatsoever. So we
Right.
decided to go like a very campy route because that played well as far as our budget was concerned. I'm very fond of saying we had a cardboard robot budget because
Right.
literally we had guys in cardboard robot outfits.
Well, that's one of the things I like about it. I like the campiness of it. I think it's very endearing. It just reminds me very much of the Power Rangers kind of vibe. Was that what you were going with it?
Yeah, that's definitely one of the influences. Power Rangers, the old Batman TV series, mixed in with the Brady Bunch.
Let's take a little look at the series. Actually, this is a promo for the series. Let's look at that, and then we'll come back and ask you a few more questions.
Sure.
Story of a family divided. The Sweet Sisters, superpowered heroes defending Surge City as the Vixens of Virtue. The bitter Martin stepsisters, highly skilled villains, attack Surge City as the Vixens of Vice. Sister pitted against stepsister for control over the city.
Bitterbot 2s, destroy these so-called ninja! Now!
2121 Productions presents Vixens of Virtue, Vixens of Vice.
I embrace it close to my cold, empty heart.
Do you like tons of explosions? Mind-blowing special effects? Well, then tune in for Season 3. Meanwhile, buy Seasons 1 and 2, filmed in Vixens. With guys in cardboard robot suits, breakdancing ninjas, and other campy supervillainy on a micro budget. Wait a minute. Am I gonna get a cab fare for this? Virtue or Vice? Whose side are you on?
Death shall be your only family now.
Amazing. Amazing. So, okay, just the trials and tribulations of putting together a promo. How'd you even do that as a director? Because there's a lot of people with projects and they want to know how can we grab an audience. You were able to do that pretty well. So how did you do that? How'd you come up with that?
Half the battle is just having an idea and actually executing it. That's like the biggest half. Just doing it.
Just doing it.
Getting it done. That's really half the battle because, everybody has ideas. Everybody has at least one good story to tell, be it in book form or a movie or even musically. Everybody has like at least one idea, but it's just to have the guts to get up and dedicate, X amount of time and get it done.
Now, as a director, are you doing multiple productions? Is this like the baby? You're focusing on this? You have other things going on as well?
Yeah, Vixens of Virtue, Vixens of Vice has been like my labor of love since 2006 now.
Okay.
And we've done 2 seasons. straight to DVD with a distribution deal. We've been very blessed with that. And we're going to do a reboot starting next year because, I'm a better filmmaker now than I was in 2006. Now we might actually have a budget.
Okay.
So I don't have to compromise on, the original idea and vision of it. And then meanwhile, I'm actually filming 2 documentaries right now, Pirates of the Airwaves and Gamer Girl Gamer to Gamer.
Oh, what are those about?
Pirates of the Airwaves is about WSOU, the heavy metal radio station at Seton Hall University. It's been around for 65 years. 25 of those years, the format has been heavy metal only. And it's like one of the only college radio stations to be Arbitron rated. It actually has successfully competed against commercial radio stations, and quite a few talented people have come out of it. And a lot of famous bands have had their first airplay at that station.
Wow.
And then Girl Gamer, Gamer Girl to Gamer is about women in all types of gaming, how they treat each other, how society treats them, and the challenges that the industry faces.
Wow. You're a busy man.
Yeah, I like anything to do, anything that puts me behind the camera and I can say, and action, I'm more than happy to do it.
Well, I met you at Comic-Con, and that's the first time I got exposed to Vixens of Virtue, Vixens of Vice. Gotta say the whole thing. And I was just amazed. I was just amazed just because it was just so much fun. Now,
Thank you.
Are you getting a healthy response from men and women, boys and girls from it? Like, what's the demographic?
Yeah, the demographic is pretty wide. I mean, males, 18 to 34 are into it, with a heavy emphasis on, the older men who are, more into, like, the campiness of it.
Okay.
And then, young girls, like, under, preteens, teens, and then, women over, like, 20.
Okay, so there's like a gap you don't reach, but you hit everybody else.
Yeah, yeah. And it's interesting because, preteens, they see, the characters with, like, blue hair and stuff, and they immediately gravitate towards it.
Gotcha.
And then, older women, like, 20s and up, they love it because, it's female-centric.
Right.
It's to them, and an interesting thing that happens a lot at the comic book conventions and stuff is, boyfriend, girlfriend come up to the table, and I'm promoting, the show to the woman, but they're not terribly used to that, in that comic book convention environment. So sometimes I even have to say, no, it's not for him, it's for you. This is for you. You will love this.
Oh, man. Sorry, so what's next? How do we stay abreast of what's going on with you?
So the best way would be either, the Vixens of Virtue, Vixens of Vice website, or nowadays, of course, it would be, like us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. You can follow our updates about our reboot. We're actually just started with an artist to do a Vixens manga. And this is mostly targeted towards, preteen, teenage girls. And it tells the story of the Vixens, before they became heroes and villains.
Okay. Everyone's doing this backstory thing. I like it, though. At least because you can grow with the characters now, right?
Yep. You can learn their backstory. You get a little more deeper into the family issues that they all faced and stuff like that. And, as a filmmaker, it's really cost prohibitive to, like, do that backstory because it would involve, like, essentially child labor. And that's, like, a whole another pile of money and rules and laws and stuff. So, in a manga or a comic book, you can do anything that the artist can draw. And it has no real budget consideration to it.
Right. Well, the artist drawing it, yeah.
Right. But, if I want to have, like, an alien ship land,
Right. you could do it.
You can do it.
As long as they could draw it, you could do it. That's great.
Yeah. Michael
Well,
Bay explosions, no problem. Boom.
when is the new series coming out?
It's going to probably coincide with the release of the reboot, so it won't be till later 2014.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll definitely want to try to get some of the shows, some of the episodes on Sonic Eclectic. That would be awesome.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
You could definitely do that. All right, everyone. This is Rob Longo. Website, everything is up. Please check this out and share this with people. Are you guys going to be at Comic-Con this year?
This is going to be the first year in, I think, 5 years we won't be there.
Okay.
Only because we got to use all our time and resources for this reboot. I mean, we're trying to do it in a much bigger, better way this time around.
Well, I'm sure you're definitely going to accomplish that. This is awesome. All right. Again, check out the website. Thank you very much. I'm Seven. You're watching Sonic Eclectic Presents. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your support.
Awesome.
Cool.